I love that
Ladies and
title.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, bacon. You have Xbox Beast Fight a little late tonight. We started about, actually, I wanted to start at 9:15, but 9:20, you got some time to fill in. You'd be so kind to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, rather. We're about to get started. Actually, might get someone else in here. My man King's Blood Gaming, you got a part-time job at Dunkin' Donuts. And then he's going to pop out the butter biscuits and shit. So he'll be here next week. But I got the usual people: Needles, Post Up with the Close Up, D, the Masculine, T Reaper, aka P Reaper. Shout
What
out to
up?
everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. Marshall Silent, what's going on? We're gonna have a very interesting show today, to say the least. If you guys, by chance, if you didn't check out the Hot Chips get together I did about
3 hours
about
ago.
about 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Let's watch it from the beginning. Very good information. Microsoft had the hot chips with the guy Tom Warren. Basically went over the SoCs, and the Xbox One is slightly more powerful than 16 flop, but that's not the juicy part of the thing. That goes, talks about the transistors and what they're going to be able to do once developers really wrap their hands or head around the hardware itself. Like the Xbox One X again is a great piece of hardware. You know what I mean? And again, you see the title of the video, which I've always said this, and I don't understand it. I don't know why PC game, and I don't have anything against PC. I don't have anything against anybody. People, well, you always talking about PC. No, listen, I don't have a problem with any damn body. I don't know any of you guys, but what I don't understand and is why do PC gamers or whatever um, feel the need to compare their personal computer to a console, or the fact that they even accept that maybe Tomb Raider runs or look better, or Forza 7, or Digital Foundry said that Forza 7 looks better. You know what I mean? Normally, sometimes it's not the case because of optimization. We've seen games like Batman Arkham Knight ran horrible on PC, but for the most part, I'm sorry, PC games port, whatever, gets the upper hand. The one thing again that consoles have on the side, and always will, the games are more or less better optimized on consoles. The games that are made for consoles, especially the multiplayer. Why? Because Ubisoft, EA, Activision, whoever can target those set specs in that box 100% of the time. And on PC, hear me out, because you guys, when I say this, it's like you don't understand, or you just go by what I'm saying. I have guys like Rad making half-hour documentaries about me. On PC, you have about 1,000 different, unlimited iteration. You may have 8 gigs of RAM. He has 16. He has a GTX P95. It's a whole bunch of different combinations. Everyone's not running the same. But the fact that Microsoft with the Xbox One X, very well put together console, and they can give you all of that performance at $500. You know what I mean? Uh, and again, I still don't understand the issue with the PC guys. You know what I mean? I noticed that this generation, maybe I'll just start. This is the first generation that I'm more or less partaking, like I said, in this gaming community publicly, that they feel to need to insert themselves within the conversation. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. But again, I can start with you. I've been talking to you really all week. I've been talking to these other motherfuckers all week. But D, we've seen, and you're more of a PC guy. You play on console, but your primary platform, which probably is the PC, more or less, right?
Yeah.
We had the Digital Foundry got their hands on the Forza 7, right? And the Forza 7, more or less, on the Xbox One X right now, as is outperforming more or less the PC version. Um, and then you had Turn 10 release the minimum spec or the required specs to run the game at 4K 60, GTX 1080, or whatever the case may be. How much does that card go for?
I think it's about $600.
More than
Five to six.
Okay, more than the console itself. That's not including your CPU, your RAM, the motherboard, the
This is
OS.
the CPU.
You know what I mean? So again, and that ruffled a lot of feathers. What are your thoughts about that? Because they're saying Turn 10 is just lazy and horrible development, this, that, and the other. Talk to me. Why is it even the case? Why can it happen? How could this $5 console outperform that GTX 1080?
I think they get triggered. So it's it's like, what? It's better than the PC version? How can that be? I have a $2,000 rig. How can that be? But the fact of the matter is that the anti-aliasing is better on there, and they're saying that the appearance looks better because you have optimization. Now, the short of the story is nobody's saying that the Xbox One X is just going to outclass PC. There's going to be PC rigs that are going to do better than it, but not at that price point. You're gonna have to pay for it. You got cards out there right now, especially with the market the way it is with all the miners. You got cards out there ranging from, you know, $450 up to $600. You want a good card, you're paying at least $600 for a respectable card. That's more than the console itself. So, like, I don't understand what the problem is. I guess they just don't like having, they don't like being second best at anything, even if it's anti-aliasing or a particular game. They have this complex where we are the master race and everything is better on PC. And at the price point, like, please show me at $500 a PC that will match the Xbox One X. What it's doing, it's not going to happen. Digital Foundry on more than one occasion has said that they need a GTX 1070 or a GTX 1080 to match the performance in a certain game. So I don't know how much more validation you guys need. The system is well optimized. The hot chips information that's coming out, they made a lot of improvements on the CPU. They improved the latency. They improved the cache. Like, they improved the way that it talks to each other. They have the DX12 draw call chip in there. These are all factual things, and you're seeing Digital Foundry say, look at this game. Look, it's running better than PC in some instances. I don't know. What do you want to say? Like, it is what it is. This console at the price that it is a great deal, and I think that pisses PC gamers off because they paid a lot of money for their rigs and they need some type of validation. And when you have outlets saying, hey, this game is looking better on the Xbox One X than it is on PC, it triggers them, and I think that's why they're coming out the woodworks.
Okay. Anybody? Somebody gonna mute me in the background. Let the video play. Somebody. Okay, there we go. Massive. So okay, all right. Okay. Well, okay, good.
I'll say something. I mean, I've run across like PC like master races. Do you put them like pretty much my entire life, and the whole concept is PC beats consoles and all that fun jazz. And what the one thing that I can't stand arguing with these PC guys is they don't think we know that. But the problem is like, who gives a shit what your PC can do? But my thing is like, we know it can do that. But our personal preference is we like Xbox. We like consoles. Get over it. It doesn't matter what your PC can do. It's what we personally like as a preference. And it's just that. It's a personal preference. It doesn't matter if your PC can reach the moon. It matters what our personal preference is in gaming.
Also too, the ease of use. It's plug and play.
It's plug and play, exactly.
And you're getting this high graphic fidelity running at 60 frames with all the bells and whistles. Where on PC, depending on what rig you have, you're gonna have to do some adjustments because, okay, maybe I have all the settings up, but you know what? I'm not getting a steady frame rate, so let me try to tinker with this, tinker with that. Hey, maybe some games you don't have to do that. Maybe it's just a patch you need, or you need to update your drivers. But it's just not a simple plug and play experience on PC. And once again, to have a comparable rig, you have to spend some money. Like these guys throwing out here, oh, look, I can build something in comparable power for $500 when it's not reaching the same performance. They're skimping out on a whole bunch of things. And the whole reason to go PC is to have something that is powerful. So like the average PC guy is not going to fucking try to build a $400 PC. So like I don't know, man. It's like it is what it is. The Xbox One X is of great value. I can't wait to play it because honestly, tell you, I've kind of gone PC heavy the last year because I'm not gonna lie, I just wasn't impressed with the Xbox One S again when I have like a high rig at home. And I've been playing a lot of my sports games, well, like NBA, I've been playing it on the PC. And honestly, tell you, the competition sucks. It's not the online community is not so great. And finally, I can play it again on the Xbox One, but in 4K with HDR, 60 frames per second. I'm good.
Okay. What need I dare ask the question? Okay. You guys hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Dare I ask the question? And I asked this question more or less hypothetically last year. And again, when I said the Xbox One X would be about $500, right? And I said, which is a good price, you know what I mean? Because even like I said, you have the Pro. Now, which is all praise to Digital Foundry, people are starting to see the difference between the Pro and the Xbox One. Let's go back again to Microsoft. I think with their messaging is horrible. You know what I mean? And Digital Foundry, and again, because you have channels and not to take, I don't have a problem with anybody. Oh, next gen no, I don't know these people. But like Stone Fox Media, and you said, well, both of them, there's no reason to get the X because they're both checkerboarding. And again, and it's not like I said, it's my job, but it's like or any of you guys' job. It is Microsoft's job to go out there and paint it. Resolution does not give you better graphics. I've been saying, you guys know, I've been saying that forever. It's the textures, the shaders, the assets, okay? And the X, it's again, it's doing something that the Pro can't do. And again, it's even outperforming some gaming PCs or whatever the case may be. Because, like I said again, because of the static box and optimization, it is what it is. Games, I don't care how you spin it, how you flip it. Games are better optimized on consoles. Why? Because they know what the ceiling is. On PC, not so much. Okay. And again, and it's not like it's all come down to a preference. I'm not knocking anybody that wants to play on their personal computer. Have at it. Okay. This is not what this is about. But I asked this question last year. I said that at this price, like $500, which I don't really think is a big, it's not that expensive, especially you getting 4K HDR recording and all that stuff. Like, I think it's dope, right? Especially being a YouTube content creator. But will this again get some of the guys over from the PC side? I'm not talking about the elitists that displays the Dotas and stuff like that. I'm talking about some of the guys that play the multiplats. You understand what I'm saying? On the rig, for those that buy games and not trap out the bando, still illegally. I'm saying with this higher graphic fidelity, and like I said, outperforming the PC version. Because that's what I said this last thing. When Digital Foundry showed off the like the little trailer with the games with the Xbox One X, they showed the games. I don't know why Microsoft didn't do that at their Gamescom. If you look at because it went right back on sale at Amazon. I put the link out there early in the morning. By like 9 o'clock, they were going again, right? And if you look at the customers who also, bought this at down the bottom Amazon, you see all types of PlayStation games, weird Nintendo quirky games. So again, it's not just the diehard Xbox guys that are out there buying this thing here. You know what I mean? But do you think this will get some of the PC guys? Because I'm seeing some people say, I'm going to get the X. I'm done with this rig. You know what I mean? Did Microsoft, did they really, really make a good move? Or do they know what they have? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I wanted to touch on this real quickly. For instance, the Tomb Raider footage that they showed, or the still between the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, not like the resolution was crisp. They had much better anti-aliasing, and I've played that game on the PC. It had better aliasing than the PC. The PC, no matter what setting you put it to, there's still some aliasing there for that game. It was like non-apparent in the footage that they shown, as well as the textures, the extra blood, the extra detail on her face. It was night and day difference between the PS4 Pro, and PC guys are taking notice to this, because I'm seeing it too in the forums. And I was saying,
I can see it in that screenshot too.
I was saying earlier in the day, like the climate that's in the PC market right now, you got miners snatching up all of the GPUs. So the GPUs that are available, they're at a high price. They've all gone up in price. Then you have Vega that just came out. It keeps selling out, and it's even overpriced. Like, they've raised the price on that. It's like $600, $700 to get that GPU alone. That's without the computer system. So a lot of guys that were looking to build a gaming PC, they're going to really see the Xbox One X as a viable option, especially when you have Digital Foundry showing the differences that I feel Microsoft needs to fucking do themselves. Like, I don't understand why it's good that Digital Foundry is doing. We want these other outlets to push this as well, but no one should be pushing it more than you, Microsoft. Yeah, but I really feel that a lot of PC guys are going to get this console.
Okay. Any of you guys want to add to that? Jay, or somebody got in the background. Somebody gonna mute the shit. All right.
I would say in my opinion, we are at a point where the proof is in the pudding, right? Even in regards to these PC gamers, they're gonna go out and buy one because they're gonna want to sit that system in their room or whatever they room in the house where they game, and they're gonna compare it to their PC rigs. All right. Some PC guys want it just to see if if the games or the quality matches up with their PC standards. We gotta understand, man. I don't care what these PC guys say, man. You know what I'm saying? I prefer gaming on a console. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? And they should be happy because at this point, people say it would be. We was years away from a console doing 4K 60 frames per second games, and now we're 2 months away from it. You know, so you got people like I said earlier. You got people who are sitting on the fence who probably wait till their friends get it, go over their friend's house and check it out, and then run out the door and get the one. The hardcore people who believe is gonna be there. When people start streaming this thing on YouTube and all these other different channels, and they flabbergasted over how things look and how crisp their image quality is and how these games look, people, I don't care if you're a PC, PS4 Pro player, whatever, they're gonna go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? And they can tell you they ain't now. Shit, yeah, okay, watch. You getting that much performance in a $500 box, man. And you ain't even really seeing the full benefits of that box yet, because the XDK software ain't even at 100% yet. I think if I'm not mistaken, the final SDK come out in October. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even man. Please.
Here's and again, maybe I'm a little slow on the reach, man. I've been gaming, you know, just since most of you jokers thought boogers was candy, right? With that being said, I didn't had not many debates, but when they're coming up, you know, you debate what's better, Sonic, Mario, or whatever the case, what's better, the Saturn or the PlayStation. I ain't never heard nobody say, "Yo, my Macintosh 329 destroys you." I've never heard this before. You know what I mean? And again, all this is new to me. Oh, like all jokes aside, forget the console war thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I understand that, and I'm not saying this because those weirdos like Top Hats and my man with the Shiba Inu avatar rags, they take little bits parts of what you say and go out to me like like you're talking crazy or whatever the case may be. But all that I'm saying, and even like I said, you look at the survey from Valve or Steam. I remember the first time I started seeing those surveys. Believe it or not, the Wii U, and weak as the Wii U is compared now, outperforms was a lot of people rigs in 2012. You know what I mean? That's what that survey to my attention. And again, and not everyone. I want to say this: not everyone has a $12,000 PC. Some of your favorite PC guys here on YouTube. What's my man in the attic with the slanted roof and the pissy sheets? He had a 560 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So not everybody has these elaborate rigs, which is cool if you do have them. Fine, that's not an issue. And I don't want to say like I'm hating on the PC crowd of things, but my question is to even some of you PC guys that are here in my chat. What is the need for you guys to constantly, I understand this console wars for entertainment, feel the need to compare your personal computer to a console? That in itself is, like
it's stupid.
Like, and I say to be funny, nobody gives a hell about your screensaver or how many sticks of RAM you have. No one cares. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm not even listening. When I'm trying to say, I'm not even trying to be funny here, trying to, embellish a little bit. That in itself, I don't understand. As well, you guys are corporate slave. Listen, you guys ain't no different. Let's get it real. Let's listen. Let's listen. Them jokers out there doing videos calling people corporate slaves or this to the that are the same one. That's just maybe the nature of man that wants to validate they purchase. Mine is better than yours. Same thing between AMD and NVIDIA. It's the same damn thing. But what I'm at the end of the day, Nintendo was not in competition with Mac, IBM, or whoever the hell, Hewlett Packard, Microsoft, or Sony. So I don't understand the need or them even being butthurt that this is not the first time a game on a console may have outperformed at first something on the PC. So is it because they said Microsoft couldn't do it? Because that was the talk last year. There's no way you can get 4K. This and that. Yep. Hey, bro, I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna set the hell up, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not the most tech savvy guy, but you know what I mean. You know, I ain't the. I said, my ass, what you doing? But I ain't no dumbass, right? What was explained to me, in, like I say, in layman's terms, right? Stay tuned for more. That in a static box, a console, a closed environment, right? And he said to me, just because you have a Titan X, that was the chart at the time, Titan Z or whatever, Titan X or something, not all of that is allocated for gaming. You understand what I'm saying? You have a lot of things running in the background, that which is a system, you know what I mean? You know, or whatever. Not all of that is, like I said, allocated for gaming, like I said, but within the console, you know, everything is there that we know what we have and we can try to get the much out of it. Not saying that, you know, look at Forza Horizon 3, right? Prime example, right? And you look, it looks beautiful on the Xbox One X. If you take a PC with the same specs as the Xbox One X, it will have a hard time running that damn game. You know what I mean? 1080p, 30, or whatever the case may be. So, like I said, I don't know, man. You know,
I don't get it either, man. Especially being in these forums and in these gaming groups, you always you should get a PC. Well, you should. Look, man, look, if you got a 1080 or a 1080 Ti and 10 teraflops, whatever, 11 flops, whatever you get, you shouldn't even be concerned with an Xbox, a PS4 Pro, or whatever. I mean, we already know the PC is on a whole different level just because of the variations in regarding the different hardware that you're able to, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to see 2 GPUs in a console. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see you ain't gonna see a console in slap mode with 2 1080s. No, man, we already know what the system is capable of doing. It's about ecosystem. It's about uniformity in regards to I got one system that's unified in regards to the hardware and the software, and I can easily sit down and play and access my friends at the press of a button. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to deal with no maintenance. I don't have to deal with no like D was saying, driver updates. I don't have to deal with no going in checking things. Things are pretty much set for me. Now, if I want to do that, if I want to build a system, I could, but you're telling people to go out and build a system, and some people, especially if you come from the 90s era, like I know a lot of young guys in the 90s, bro, they weren't into tech. You know what I'm saying? They was in the streets. So when it comes to the computer, now they don't know what a computer. That's why they mostly be on their phone. They don't even know how to turn up computer on, let alone type and bring up Facebook. And then you telling these guys to go out and build one? This is fact, bro. I know guys, and they admit it too. They ain't dumb by no means. They not dumb by no means. Do not get me wrong. They're not dumb, but they grew up in the era where where it wasn't about computers and stuff. This era that a lot of young guys are growing up in now. We didn't have all that stuff back then. We weren't texting and chatting in these forum groups and none of that. We was out in the street. Motherfuckers had brick phones or the Nextel flip phones and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we didn't have all these graphic user interface. And them guys are not, and these guys are not scared to say that, look, man, look, you know what era I come from, man. I ain't grow up learning all this stuff. This stuff is new to me. This computer is foreign to me. And I have friends that have come to me or hit me like, man, Kay, how do you do this? Or where do I go and do this? Because they're trying to learn and fill out how to work up a PC. And you telling these guys who used to picking up a Nintendo controller or a Super NES or a Sega to go build a PC? Man, get out of here, man. That's facts. That's facts, bro.
It's facts. I know it's true.
That's facts.
And most people get like, okay, you're gonna have some people that are gonna, you know, scour the internet for instructions on how to build a PC.
Exactly.
Those they're a rare breed, but they are out there. But these guys, once again, are going to be really informed, and they're not going to put together a $500 PC. They're going to put together, a relatively expensive PC because they're going to want good stuff because they're building it their damn self. But the average person is going to go into a store and just buy whatever they have in the store, and they're expensive. I was disappointed that Xbox One X was not $399, but I understand why it's not. And at the price that it's at, it's still a value for what you're getting, because contrary to what these people on the internet want you to believe, you cannot build something comparable that will give you the same performance, and even more validation to that now with Digital Foundry coming out and saying that, hey, this game was looking better than the PC version. Hey, we needed a 1070 to run this game. Hey, the recommended specs for this game to run the same as Xbox One X on PC is a GTX 1080, is saying a lot right there. It's just not going to happen, people. You're not going to build it for that price. Xbox One X is a great machine, and honestly tell you, I think Thursday I'm actually going to get to play it, and I just can't wait.
Yeah,
you have to give us. You got to come back and give us your impressions.
Oh,
man.
yeah, I'm gonna try to
get
some footage too.
PC people as a whole, they do the same thing that the console war people do. The only difference is that they believe that their platform is open and free when it's not. Like until GRG came, GRG completely DRM free. Steam full of DRM. It's not free. If you don't have Steam, you can't do half the stuff. You can't play half your games unless you utilize Steam. There are workarounds, sure. But again, all these platforms are connected in some way, shape, or form to some service that you have to get in. Like GRG, like I said, completely DRM free. But most other things have a tie. So it's not freedom, quote unquote, but they want to try to boast that they have the freedom to do X, Y, and Z. They have the freedom to go buy a 1080 Ti or buy a Titan X. Yes, you have the freedom to spend your money how you want, but somehow it's a problem that I want to spend $500 how I want. It's real crazy how like these elitists who are just, like you said, they're just slaves to a different corporation, since they want to call everyone corporate slaves. You're a slave to NVIDIA, or you're a slave to Intel or AMD, whoever you decide to mark your allegiance to, because you go into PC forums and it's the same exact thing.
Exactly.
Right now, you get an AMD guy going, all right, I like the Vega. You're like, oh, 1080 destroys that thing. Like, it's the same shit. You just on a different platform.
Yeah. You know, listen, and again, I'm not claiming to be the sharpest eating the tinsel in the drawer, right? But again, I raised this question, you know what I mean? And is next gen sometimes a little guilty of over embellishing and having fun, because YouTube at the end of the day is for entertainment, okay? Everybody has their own unique way of delivering their message. Stay tuned for more, however you do it, right? Now, and again, something, like I said, I haven't spoken to you guys besides D, so I want to get your opinion on this, right? And I'm going to do a separate video about this. Did I talk to you about the Path of Exile? No, I'm sorry, the Age of Empire on Gamescom. Did you speak about that or no?
I think we talked about that earlier last week.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I spoke to D about it, but anyway.
D. I don't think we got D's opinion of it last week.
Okay. Now came out today. Yesterday, that 343 is working on a new game. Okay.
Are you talking about that Halo VR bullshit?
But it's Halo VR for the PC.
Okay.
And it's crazy. So I have to define this. It said he ordered 2 Xbox and have a GTI, I'm sorry, a 1080 Ti, and SLI. Big fan. He goes, "Hey, define this, bro. I ain't got no fans, man. I'm humbled that you sit back and you rock out with me. You know what I mean? Real shit, man. Come up in the party with me, man. Like I don't build a wall between me and you guys, but." I hold up 1 second, Defines. I appreciate that. Very kind words. But so we had, for the last 3 weeks or so, okay. I do this thing where I tell you guys that I say nothing by accident. You know what I mean? Everything I do is for a reason, man. My grandmother said I'm a master manipulator, right? But the same thing that I've been talking about for the last few weeks about the Xbox One and their lack of exclusives. I mean, there's no damage control. Lucky Tales, well, the fact that again, I had the issue that they took the money or the resources to do Disneyland and Rush and Zoo Tycoon and Xbox One Enhanced. Like, who the hell's buying an X1X for those games right there? Why they have to be enhanced? But then you had the Gamescom. Like, Microsoft had a better showing for Age of Empire, a PC exclusive, which is not even coming to the Xbox, which is cool. But that's what I understand. Even with that, not saying I want Age of Empire game, but again, our exclusives go to PC day and date. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what the Windows UDWP, right? Can scale up and scale down to any Windows 10 device. This is what we've been told, right? And then today, I've seen the article today, and I'm going to do a separate video because I have some other information I'm going to add to it. That 343 is working on another game outside of a main Halo game. It's a Halo VR game. You know what I mean? Because though they can't work on more than one game, but they are something again that's just for the PC. What are your thoughts about that? Am I bugging? Do I need to go back to church and repent and say my prayers? Like, what do I have to do? How do you feel about this thing?
I think, from what I heard, they're working on the AR game, and they're working on multiple projects. Just like I heard that the Coalition is working on numerous projects as well. But that could mean anything. That could mean we're still gonna get the same old Halo or the same old Gears out of these studios. So that really doesn't say much until we see what they're working on. And if it's something different, then kudos. Finally, this is something that we've been looking towards. But if it's more of the same, then
it's looking like it might be some augmented reality too.
Yeah, it was like AR, but AR.
You missed everything I just said. I'm gonna come back and have my people speak again. But when you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Somebody read the screen.
I think that the thing that they are working on is a derivation of the one they showed when they first showed off the HoloLens, because they had this demo for HoloLens where it was like a hallway. You walk down the hallway and you were on a ship. You were in a ring, and you went in. Cortana popped up. Then you you followed the captain down the hallway into like a room, and you can interact with stuff around the room. It was an AR/VR thing, and I think this is the complete blowout of that proof of concept.
And with that as well, it has the inside out tracking, so you don't need to put up any like light posts or like any tracking devices in the house. Like, the headset knows where you are, so you can have like a near tetherless experience.
You wouldn't not have to worry about all them wires.
Yeah,
but this was a rumor a while back though. I had read up on a rumor that Microsoft was making a Halo VR, and it's crazy that it's now
Yeah, you see the Halo VR/AR. That's why I think it's that demo, because I played the demo. I did that demo. Like, you literally put on the headset and there's like a hallway in front of you. They built a set around it. Yes, they built a set around it. Okay. And they said, when I talked to them about like how is this going to be practical for like my house, and they said they would make it basically so that you can use a controller, because when you did the demo in AR, I literally walked down the hallway. Wow. And stuff was happening around me. Like, there was like an explosion off to one side. People were like yelling because you had the headset on and the headphones on, and you walked down the hallway and you were following somebody. Like, I was literally following Captain around the captain around the ship. And he walked down the hallway. You walk with him. Then he stops. Cortana pops up. She starts talking, and like a screen pops up in front of you that shows the ring, and you like manipulate stuff in midair. And they said that they are going to make it so that.
Hey, somebody cut this nigga, Mike. Hey,
I'm so glad that he actually talked about this.
What happened? I got Puma. I can't use no goddamn. Listen, look at all. That's not the question at hand.
I haven't tried the Halo experience, but I've tried the HoloLens, so he can attest to this. It's out of this world. The holograms. It looks so real.
I'm not negating anything that you guys are saying, but what I'm saying is this, right?
They went to work on VR than the AAA game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Listen, but listen, remember, next gen was bugging. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, and they can't make now else besides Halo, whatever the case may be. They working on Halo 6, right? And I still, not to go back to this topic, but it still is an issue. I don't want people to think that people send me a message on Twitter and say, "Oh, next gen thing, we thought you were going pony and this, that, and the other." And let me tell you something. At the end of the day, and I understand that we get behind these consoles. It's a hobby, like our favorite sports teams. I get it. We all do it.
Jen's a closet pony.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm a gamer first, consumer first. And if you're in denial about the state of right now, Microsoft exclusives, you're bugging. Even the fact that their biggest game again this holiday season was Crackdown, and it wasn't even made in-house, made by Rubo Studios or something studios, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And you guys know what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I thought 343 can work on multiple games.
This is the thing, though. I don't think 343 is specifically making this game. Like I told when I said a couple podcasts back, 343 is Microsoft's version of Sony Santa Monica. They're they're a large studio, quote unquote, people wise, but they're broken up into teams to help other places develop stuff within Microsoft. Like they helped make Halo Wars 2. It says 343i, but they're not the ones who actually made Halo Wars 2. And I think this is one of those things where their name is going to be on it, so it gives it credence.
They're working on the DLC for
actually doing it.
But again, like I said before, and even post up actually brought it to my attention. You take a studio, such as 343, with all these resources, real big studio. Okay, the fact that Naughty Dog took 10 guys off for Uncharted 3, and started what it is called The Last of Us 2. Now, some Xbox will say, "Well, those are cookie cutter." Fine, that's all subjective. You ain't got it. But again, it placates to their fan base and their audience. You know what I mean? And I will get credit where credit is due. I'm not saying this because Xbox guys can say, "But what is Sony?" I'm not talking about. So I can care less what Sony is doing. I'm talking about what's going on over here, right? You know what I mean? It's like I'll give you an example. My grandma would say, "Don't do that." Like, "But grandma, you do. Well, don't do as I do. Do as I say." I can care less what's going on. I'm talking about right now at home. Okay, and that's just Xbox guys. Just get all the fanboy and the damage control. Like, come on, man. If Sony had the same lineup as we had this holiday season, we would be out. I know I'll be out there cutting up Lucky Charms, Blue Tycoon,
Disneyland.
Like, come on, man. Because even the fact that they took the money, the resources to put those games in 4K HDR, and we got Phantom Dust with the original assets, and you wonder why I'm concerned, bruh? He said, "Nigga," you know what I mean? Ain't the answer, Sway. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Multiplats are what's up. That is more or less now the meat and potatoes. I get it. And I am very, very excited. Chanel, thank you. I'm working. Go close my office door. I get no respect, right? But anyway, I am very, very excited for these multiplats. You know what I mean? The Star Wars is going to look amazing. I
can't wait to play Assassin's Creed. That looks awesome.
Assassin's Creed, Shadow of War.
Yes, it does. It looks great.
All these
even that Madden. I can't wait to see Madden on there.
Madden looks beautiful now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All these games are going to look better on on the X. I just hope going forward, you know what I mean, that things get better. I'm just being honest with you, because I'm not really too interested in Sea of Thieves. I'm not. I've never really been a big fan of Crackdown. I'm hoping State of Decay 2 is good. You know what I mean?
That'd be a good game to stream.
What'd you say? No, I mean,
that'd be a good game to stream. But I'll be honest with you guys. At the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck about Halo VR I don't really care for VR in general.
Nor do I. Actually, that's
like
I
honestly,
don't care.
I think some people in the chat saying like I don't know if Microsoft's investing in this, but honestly, I don't give two fucks about it.
About what VR?
I just hope to get. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about VR, man.
Well, I mean, listen. Now, and to be fair, I haven't tried it. They always say that VR is something that you must experience firsthand. You know what I mean? I think Sony kind of missed a big opportunity by releasing the PSVR last year. They released too much hardware in a short window. You had the Pro, sometimes the Slim, the Pro, then VR, or the Slim VR, then the Pro. It was a Slim Pro. That was just so much hardware in a short, amount of time. They should have put one out. They should have released one the following year, whatever the case may be. And so again, the VR, in my opinion, it doesn't have its a big game that will reach out to the casuals, like the Just Dances or whatever. Like I've always said, pricing is everything. You're asking $400 or $500 for a peripheral. That's more than console. You can say what you want about the Kinect, $150. It
was $150.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and that's a lot of money. And again, how much is the VR and Pro now? I mean, not the Pro, sorry, VR. $300 or $250?
Let's see. Oculus is probably like 400, 500, and PlayStation VR is 450.
Yeah, they just took $50 off it.
Either way, that's way too expensive for me. Like, I could buy a PS4 Pro for 400. So what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I think they missed a great opportunity. Maybe they got it out there at $250. I heard it's not the latest bleeding tech wise. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's trash.
Yeah, but whatever. I never tried. I know crap right now. That's his thing there.
Yeah, cracking that shit up, man.
I have all 3 VR systems.
My man, baller.
But PSVR is the only one that makes me sick. It's literally the only one that makes me, and I play it with my Pro, and it's literally the only one that makes me sick.
Well, which one makes you sick? Which one?
The VR. The PSVR is the only one that makes me sick. I'm good with the Oculus.
It's not the Oculus myself.
The Vive, but PSVR makes me sick.
That's because it's the cheapest one, right?
Yeah,
it's because although the PSVR is the cheapest one, it has the best
software.
Has the
best screen door effect on it.
Plays the worst.
I'm kind of glad Microsoft backed off of VR right now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. VR is going to take off until it's 300 or less.
It needs to be cheap and it needs to be wireless. Until those two things happen, VR is a price.
And Phil said that. He said he didn't want to put out something where you got to deal with all these wires. So I feel as though they are working on a wireless VR, AR type of peripheral. I just heard recently that they already have a working model of the HoloLens 2, but it still probably be a good 2 years or so before we see it.
That's
given
nice.
that Intel just stopped production on one of the chips.
I wouldn't mind.
Well, they're about to stop production on one of the chips that's used in the HoloLens now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one knock I had against the HoloLens. Like the holograms, they look so real, but the field of view was not good on it.
It's not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you guys were talking about Illuminate. I'm sorry. I was really psyched about that. I can see me now popped about 9 Adderalls and Oxy. I'd have been going crazy. I'd have been in the chainsaw and jokers in real life.
Real talk though. You
can do that with
HoloLens, the AR is aluminum. Like
it is.
The Halo thing that because I was with you with aluminum, even though it cost they said $4,000 per setup. I was with you with that, but the HoloLens demo that I played was like aluminum. Like it was literally just me with a headset in my hands. There was nothing in my hands. Nothing. And I was interacting with screens. I was moving pieces. I picked up a gun. All that stuff happened. I was with that because that is the overall where I want gaming to be eventually. It ain't there right now, but it was dope for that small window. I don't know how much I could play that as a whole and for an elongated period of time, but for that small window of time, it was dope.
What I liked about it, I didn't get to try the gaming one per se, like the one you did. It was more like the computer application of it, and you could put stuff on the table. You could put like a calendar. It was like really neat. If you could watch a video and then you could point it out and you could make it like 100 feet in front of you. It the possibilities are endless with that. Once it's affordable and the field of view is like, you know, full, that you don't lose immersion. Man, that thing's gonna suck. That's gonna be a life changer, like how the iPhone was. I tell you that. But it's a good 3 years off before it becomes really feasible on a large scale.
I seen someone on YouTube who actually lives in out there in Seattle with Microsoft, and they brought a model of HoloLens and let him do a little YouTube video on it, where he was able to use it in his house. Oh man, they had this detective game on there, which was freaking awesome. The HoloLens detects the size of the room. It detects every object in the room, and it uses that for the game. I mean, he had stuff coming out of walls. The screen you talking about, he put a big old video screen on the wall and was just watching a movie or some YouTube video. It's crazy. And I seen one guy who was playing Halo off through the AR. Halo was being streamed to the HoloLens, and he had the big old screen on the wall playing. Oh man, I was like, wow. So if they can commercialize that at some point and get it down to an affordable price,
but if you're balling, you can get it now. Though if you're balling, you can get it now.
I didn't know that the HoloLens was out. How much is it? $2,000?
It's like
it's like 3,000, ain't it?
Fuck that.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, listen, I support it.
I'm good
with the Zoom.
Zoom, damn.
Zoom, damn.
I ain't go that far and get a Windows phone. I ain't go that far.
You know what? Funny story. I have a Windows. I have a Windows phone, and I don't know, a couple months ago, my phone broke. I had to get it
God help you.
Holy shit! There's like, I use a lot of apps, like, you know, for like my business and stuff. And like, they have no apps. Like,
none.
What are you doing? Get some apps.
That was the problem,
dude. They don't even have a Twitter app that works.
Everybody would make a Android or iPhone app, because even you got to remember, even when Android first entered the market, everybody was still only making iPhone apps. And then slowly Android started gaining market share, so people started making that. Windows tried to come in as the third one, and they had a entirely different operating system. People was like, I'm not making this damn thing 3 times. I'm not. And that's why
they came up with the code and
then Microsoft gave up.
Yeah, Microsoft gave up because people didn't care. Like, they didn't.
I don't know if they gave up because they spent a lot of money buying Nokia, man. That was like the worst acquisition ever.
I know. They look at Jez Gordon's Twitter, man.
It was the Microsoft. If you like to throw it away, just give me like $1 million. That's all.
It was the patents that Nokia had.
Yeah, they bought that for the patents. Yeah, they bought that for all the extracurricular stuff. Like, they're making probably $500 million off of just chips and code sets that Nokia owned. That's why they bought Nokia.
Let me see. The last Windows phone that I seen, I forgot which build it was, but it was amazing. It was not only a phone, but it was running a full version of Windows 10.
I have the same phone. It ain't amazing. I have the same phone.
I mean, you got that phone?
I have that phone.
Yeah,
it has. I can put.
It's decent hardware, but where are the apps?
In it? It runs 2 SIMs. It's unlocked like straight from Microsoft. You know what? The interface itself, like the way the tiles and everything, I do like that part of it. It's got a nice camera on it. It's good. But when I gotta use apps and I gotta
the app store is naked. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It's garbage. But that phone is cool in the sense where I can plug a HDMI into it, and have a TV, and it goes to full computer mode. That's
crazy. That's what I like about it.
But as a phone, it doesn't really serve my purposes, man.
Because of the app, the lack of apps.
Yeah. Microsoft says you don't need no apps. You go to www.facebook.com. The website.
I think that's one thing that the Apple and Steam has over Microsoft right now. Their stores are way better than what Microsoft can offer right now, and that's why everybody shoots over there.
Which is weird as hell, because Microsoft makes software, and they cannot get the Windows Store right to save their damn life.
If Microsoft had a better app store, they'll be super killer.
Right, if the Windows Store didn't suck so much, they would have such a bigger impact.
Games came out on the Windows Store, and people were still asking for them to release on Steam.
That Windows
Store is the Groove app is fucking amazing. That Groove app, the quality that it streams at is incredible. But because it's in their store, or it's kind of like Microsoft associated, people just dismiss it when it's running good. They really need to change the reputation on their stuff.
I love my Groove.
Yeah, hold on. Speaking of fucking Microsoft apps, what about that fucking Groove out, man?
Let somebody let me the password to Groove. I'm a poor man. I can't afford.
Yeah, check Groove out. You also listen to my album on Groove Fly than I used to be. Shameless plug, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But no, what about that damn Mixer app on your phone? Like that shit doesn't even have an autocorrect for your spelling.
It's trash. It is
trash.
You know what, yo?
Even the one that just sucks.
I have it on. I have an iPhone, right, and my main phone. And it's horrible. I don't listen. That's one thing I don't understand with Microsoft, because you have all of this resources at your whim, and they just give as little effort as possible. Somebody said to me in the chat, right? I'm sorry, I think Xavier, right? I think that was his name. He wants to debate also. He said, next gen. What did he say? Something. I have faith in something or the other, or the Xbox One X, or about the games or whatever, bro. That's maybe to come, or whatever the case may be. And I told him like this: I don't listen, and this is the truth. And I love, bro. I'm probably one of the biggest Xbox fans you ever see, right? Because I put my money where my mouth is, right? Giving Microsoft resources. I'm gonna say this without saying too much. I won't get money in trouble, right? We all know that they're about the third wealthiest company, if not the second in the world, maybe number one. I don't know, right?
No, Apple's
if they really wanting to, you know what I mean, to really crush Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo, whoever they can write a bike check and buy up a bunch of games and whatever the case may be, you know. But the fact, let me tell you what the issue is, Xavier Bay, I'm sorry, and when I'm talking about the direction of Microsoft, the issue is you had to listen. Maybe you can understand what I'm saying, okay? Because I do talk to people, and maybe when some things become public, I see more things out in the open. Like I said, I want to make nobody get in trouble, lose their job, or anything like that. And I'm not claiming to be the industry insider. Just follow what I'm saying, okay? The fact that Shannon Lofton went on stage at Gamescom and said that Disneyland, Zoo Tycoon, and Rush, this is what they have for an Xbox One X. For the Xbox One X, is for the casual gamer.
It's for the family.
What casual gamer is buying a $500 console with 4K and HDR to play Zoo Tycoon and Connect game? This is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The fact that, again, that they took money to do that, but gave us what's the guy, Phantom Dust, and the original asset, and when the company that they had making a next generation version only needed $2 million more to make the game probably the way it should have been made. That's my issue right there, and the decisions that they're making. Okay, it's not about me having faith and not losing faith. You know what I mean, bro? Trust me, I'm not just out here ranting for nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, he just fucking, bro. They're advertising a goddamn Oculus Rift game. Lucky Tales? It got a 5.0 on the Metacritic. Okay, let's listen to what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not all peaches and creams over there at Microsoft, bro. I'm telling you this, man. And when I say that these guys can make other games and stuff, they can. I've talked to some of them. I'm not just up here just screaming like a madman. I don't have no reason to do that, bro. Like I don't like, bro. Everything I do is for a reason. The same way you guys are looking at me crazy now because I'm talking about new games. You guys looked at me even crazy when I told you the new console was coming. Listen to what I'm telling you, bro.
What you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, that's all that I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? And as a consumer, as an Xbox guy, you should demand better. You know that's not Lucky Tales and that's not what made you an Xbox guy, bro. Like, come on, we don't do that, man. That's all. Shout out to my man Pedro for dropping $10 in the super chat. I appreciate it, brother. That's all that I'm saying, you know. It's constructive. We listen, ain't none of these companies perfect. Ain't none of them perfect, okay? They're all out for $1. You know what I mean? And honestly, they should work for us. You know what I mean? And there's no excuse, bro. We got a brand new console coming out, bro. And we got Lucky Tales, Disneyland, Zoo Tycoon. They knew a couple years ago that the Xbox One X was coming out this holiday season. You know what I mean? They should have had something. You know?
But
Mikey Ball was talking about it as far as back as the Xbox One that they was talking about the Xbox One X. I'm like, wow, y'all was thinking about that far back?
Hey, bro, listen. Listen. I said, because I didn't understand how Microsoft could spend 1.3 billion or whatever, close to 4, and come up with the weaker console, right? I didn't understand how. So, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Then I was privy to something that it spread across multiple SoCs. So even by Sony or even Microsoft, when you get these mid-gen refreshes, this is not done by chance. It's done by design. This stuff was already in the works, okay? They put out weak hardware that they can make a profit on from the rip and sell that for 3-4 years and hit you with something more powerful. You know what I mean? And to play the same game. This has been on the drawing boards. And I mean, so people say, well, Phil's giving us the nah, bro, stop. That's already been cut. You know what I mean? That was already allocated for. I'm telling you some real stuff here. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I ain't mean to cut anybody off. What I had to say or we're going to say.
Yeah, I just gotta ask, how long do we have to wait to hear these new game announcements? I mean, people are saying wait until Tokyo Game Show. People are saying wait until E3. How long are we going to wait to see that new big IP from Microsoft that has your interest? How long?
Well, it depends which it depends what that IP turns out to be. Personally, because that's going to be kind of interesting what it is. Because it could just be another Lucky Tales.
Show me something.
Before Microsoft have learned a lesson, and they just recently said with Crackdown that they put it out too early.
Shout out to
so you can don't hold your breath. But until these games are ready to be shown, until they're at a point where they can be showed off to the public, you're not gonna hear about them.
Okay.
I'm just, and I ain't gonna tell you to wait to Tokyo Game Show or E3 because I don't know, but it's gonna be a while before you hear about them.
But see, that's what I'm talking about as far as the direction and them not knowing. It's not the fact that they show games that are coming. People get a little pissed off about the delay. It's the cancellation of the games. Okay, what he say is the conversation. People buy consoles, right? I'll give you an example, right? You even though Uncharted wasn't announced in 2013 or whatever, you knew that an Uncharted was coming. People bought the PlayStation 4 for one reason, because they knew whether the last of one of those games were coming in the future or whatever. So you invest in that platform that those games are coming, whether it's God of War, whatever. On the Microsoft side, we know that The Last of Us may not come out for another 2.5 years. But guess what? We know that it's coming. We know that game by Kojima is not coming out for another 3 years. But guess what? I'm buying this console because we know that it's coming. And that's one thing that Microsoft is lacking, because, again, even going into next E3, because some of these games that are slated for March or spring, they're going to be delayed. We know everything more or less, what the big ones that they're going to show, and that's been the problem for the last 3 years at the Gamescoms or the E3, whatever, that you know everything that's coming. Do games get delayed? That's the nature of the business. That's just how it is. But the cancellation, that's something a little different.
They need to do a Sony, a smaller demo, then put out a CGI trailer and just keep running that demo.
At least it gives you an idea, though, so you know what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What they showed
at least show us something.
But this is the problem, and it hurt me when I read it that they are fully embraced in believing that if they announce stuff too early, it's going to be a problem.
Shout out to Von Helsing.
Shout out to you, bro.
Cancel me the money on the shut up, man. God bless, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, they are fully embraced in believing that announcing things too early is going to be a bad thing. Because when Shannon came out and said they announced Crackdown 3 too early, that lets me know they're not going to say anything about anything that's not coming out soon. That right there lets me know they don't want to hear us saying, just let us know what's coming. At least get us excited about it. They don't want to hear that. They believe fully 1,000% that if they announce anything too early and it gets delayed, that's going to be worse than us not knowing.
And guess what? And this is Phil's principle. And guess what? it's displaying throughout the whole company because Aaron Greenberg is re-saying the same thing that Phil said and Mikey Barra. All of them got the same PR line.
Oh my god!
I know.
You know what's the worst part with Crackdown? Actually, yeah, they announced it early. Yeah, it wasn't ready. But the worst part is they gave you a release date and then delayed it because it wasn't visually pleasing enough.
Oh no!
Like, how the fuck did you work on this game for this long and it still looked like dog shit?
Okay, now even with that, right? Now listen, I'm gonna go on a limb here again, right? I was live on the air. Okay,
hold on, shout out to Vons. Holy shit!
Another $50. I appreciate it, brother. Look, I'm gonna go out on a limb, right? And check this out, right? I said when they show, because remember going back and forth with crapping them, man, just crazy, right? That they need to do better, right? But Zaire, wait the games. What's the Comic-Con, right? And Comic-Con, I remember I was live on air, like it was yesterday. They showed Crackdown, and I said, "My God, Crackdown looks like shit." Why didn't they show what they on the XB1X, right? I was going off about it, right? So they make it like, "Nah, Z, you like Z, you like the pony? It's the FCC." Like, nah, bro.
FCC.
Hey, listen, I'm not right here in the guard. Listen, if I'm lying, somebody can piss in my dead mother's casket. A developer said to me, "I'm lying on flying. Lord knows I'll have my life with my grandmother. If I'm lying, she can leave me tomorrow." He said to me at the Xbox, said, "Well, I follow those guys tweet, they wanted, they guys are enthusiastic back making hell, they stayed behind." I said, "What the hell is that asshat talking about? I have insurance. I have a car note. I just had twins. We don't own him." I said, "Oh man, that's what I was saying to him. Like, why would you make a blanket? I mean, it is my bros. I love them to do. Why would you make a blanket statement like that when it's saying that they can't make something outside of this, that? That's the crazy. Just imagine if Rare only made one game. This is what you're saying, and that's what I'm talking about. As far as the damage controlling, it's kind of dangerous because these people go to school. And again, was told they put themselves $100,000 in debt, not just to make car games or whatever they can make with their artists. They can draw, and not just that. Again, Sony and Microsoft, I don't know about Nintendo. They switch talent all the time. Your studio closed, Microsoft go and hire these people. Sony closed suddenly. They switch talent all the time.
All the time.
That's the way of the business.
Because the old girl from the Halo chain went over to Naughty Dog.
Yeah, to even say that again that they can only make one game. Listen, that's the craziest. Don't do that, man. You know what I mean? Don't do that, man.
Shout out to Von's game, but I gotta say, you brought up Rare, right? People are like, okay, yes. Rare's awesome because Rare made so many iconic IPs such as Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie, and so on. So why are you limiting your fucking studios to making one game? Why can't 343 be known for more? Why can't Coalition be known for more? You're not broadening your fucking brand that way.
If you look at the IPs they already own, if you go just pull up a list of them, it's like, why not just pull from the deck of cards and make some new games? You know what I'm saying?
You can bring back these old games. You can bring back Mech Assault. We would love that.
From my understanding is that game studios tend to work on multiple concepts. Yes. But it all comes down to if Phil come in there and he look at 1, 2, 3, 4 of those concepts and say, okay, that look like it can be a money maker. We're gonna put a budget behind it. Exactly. If he don't, well, I can't even bring up that story because I can't even say it. My bad. I can't. My bad. Somebody. I can't say it because I was told not to talk about it.
Just imagine if you got like a Mech Assault. It could be online only, $30. How huge could that be? Maybe some cloud destruction in there. Who knows?
Yeah, to make it multiplayer only.
Cards.
Just like he was saying,
it could be multiplayer only. Microtransactions, free DLC, $30. I don't give a shit.
I think it's the cloud destruction.
You can make it happen.
That's holding up Crackdown. I don't think it's the single player game. I think it's the cloud computing that's holding it up.
Wait, I won't even say that because the game looked like trash. The one.
Yeah, it looked like trash. The game, it was the art style, bro.
No. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking. We have to stop that.
No, that was
what's crazy? When I said the game looked like trash, right? This is what I'm talking about. When we have to at least be honest, we want them to do better. One of the big things that Shannon Love said, we held it back to include the visual fidelity, the graphics of the game. It's one of the things that they're going to do. But when I said the game looked like, oh no, Z, you know, you bugging, man. That's like Borderlands art style. What?
I mean, okay, I can say I was in that conversation, but I wasn't damage controlling. The only reason why I said
that game looked like
that is because Crackdown has never been a visually impressive game. And let's admit, the only reason the first one sold was because of the Halo 3 beta.
Yeah,
and they used the Halo 3 beta to force people to purchase Crackdown 3. Because if you didn't have, if you didn't purchase Crackdown 3, you couldn't get in that Halo 3 beta. And back at that time, Halo was super prominent. You know what I'm saying? It was way more prominent than it is now.
It was
more prominent than Call of Duty. That's how big it was.
It was real big. So people was thirsty to get in that beta. But honestly, it's never been a visually impressive game. Even the first Crackdown, it wasn't nothing to gawk at. To like, man, it was just fun to play.
Yeah, but when they showed that Crackdown footage like a couple years ago at Gamescom, that's what people were expecting in the story, and that's what kind of let everybody down. Like they didn't show no kind of destruction at all. Like how you gonna have this multiplayer showing all this destruction and shooting bullets through walls and making letters and shit? And then,
bro, do you know what was the worst part about that?
We seen nothing after that one demo they showed.
They kept
that one destructive demo.
Boom. And they didn't even show any destruction, so it's like, what the fuck? Why are you saying boom? And I don't even see a building fall over. Yeah. Come on, man. Terry Crews there.
Yeah, man, like I said, man, at the end of the day, me ranting or anybody, again, like all I'm trying to say is this, that when you know it's coming from a good point. I'm not one of these guys that claim to be neutral and just smash and hate on the Xbox. You know it's not that with me. And sometimes I say maybe it's not, and I did to say this, but I'm really starting to answer this, ask this question or raise this question rather. Maybe it's not the context of my character, but maybe the color of my skin. You know what I mean? Had I been someone like a review tech, you would say whoever, what have I got so much pushback when I said the DirectX 12? It's me. I've done a lot of things on this channel. I announced that 4 months before Microsoft GDC. I was talking about that actually in November of 2013. You know, and even with these consoles again, you know, it's been a lot of things that I said was coming, or that no one believed me. And it's not about that. I mean, you know, you would think that I have a little credibility at the now, but my opinion is my opinion. I'm not just coming out, you know, and you know, I can never be wrong about my opinion about something, but to say that, hey, this is coming or this is that, you know what I mean? Like that, to me, I think that's the craziest thing in the world. But what I'm saying to say this, right? And I'm gonna say this again. Everything that I do, more or less, that is for a reason. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, again, whether you choose to believe me or not, I know some people that know some people. And sometimes I'm privy to a lot of conversations. I don't know. I don't always run back here and say this or say that because that's not my thing. You know what I mean? I told you before, I never really cared about who made a game. It's not that serious to me. You know what I mean? I respect everybody as a human being, as a man. All this is new to me. So a lot of times, a lot of these people, again, feel comfortable around talking about me because I don't make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? That I trust me, that's not my thing. Now, with that being said, all I'm saying is if you're an Xbox guy, or just a gamer, period, and you know what I mean, and just looking at the landscape, I understand that Sony thing's been, they hadn't had the best of games, but at the end of the day, I'm more of an Xbox guy than I'm a PlayStation guy. You know what I mean? And I have done videos, you know, teasing Sony about their Godzillas and Tropico 5. So again, and you know, and how you say Microsoft had a spark when they started. Now it's just garbage. This holiday season right here, line up with the most powerful console, talking about exclusive wise, it's shameful. That's all that I'm saying. You know, like,
exclusive wise, it is definitely.
Like, listen, and the reason why I question the direction and scratching their head what the hell they're doing, they're showcasing and advertising Disneyland, Zoo Cartoon, and Rush. You know, Rico like in Lucky, like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? That's not your. They're not in contact and connect with their core. You know your core. That's not what we do. That's not what we want. You know what I mean? You know that's all that I'm saying. That's not kids and stuff, man. Make your feelings heard. That's all. That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah,
man.
I completely agree with you, Z. I mean, it was bad because PlayStation had like a plethora of exclusives. There could be Japanese handouts.
Oh, so
it is what it is, but they had tons of exclusive throughout the whole year. We got Halo Wars 2 and Forza 7. That's it. For
And
AAA wise, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to be
But I
honest.
still think Xbox fans got more excitement going on this year than PS4.
This,
so.
Yeah, because we got new
Let
hardware.
me tell you something. This is the gist right here, and we're just gonna have to accept this until we get further information. Look,
Exactly.
Phil made a choice. He could have went game first, then the Xbox
hardware.
Live service, and then hardware, or he could have went hardware, games, and then Xbox Live service. He chose to get the hardware out of the way and then fix up the Xbox Live services. He got those two out the way. Software is last. He says he's gonna put the same energy into the software as he did into those two things. So at this point, hey, we either can complain about it, or we gonna either way. We complain or not, we still gonna have to wait to see what comes to fruition in regards to his vision as the software. And it's not gonna come at the Tokyo Game Show, and some of it we might have to wait to E3 next year. And I don't even know how much content we gonna see then, because if these games just started, we might just get a trailer, and they, even if they show it at E3 2018, some of them joints probably won't gonna be coming to 2019 or 2020. So hey,
I actually think we're gonna get some games in 2018. To be honest with you.
yeah, we're gonna get some games.
No, not like Crackdown. Unlike Crackdown.
They're gonna announce at
I'm
E3.
talking about new AAA
After
IP
E3,
that
they'll
we're
let
waiting
you know.
on.
We're
We're looking from either 2018 to 2019 for them.
Another full year 2018 without dropping some big games to us. Microsoft is not stupid, so you got new hardware out. You're gonna want games that will support it, and I think the games will come next year. I'm not so concerned about them not coming this holiday season, to be honest with you, because one, the PlayStation doesn't have much going on anyways, and number two, we're all gonna be playing the fucking multiplats. Last year we were complaining that our exclusives were thrown with the multiplats and they were getting lost in the shuffle. Well, this year we have all the multiplats to ourselves, and hopefully February, when we're bored of all these games, that Microsoft will start dropping some gems.
In
But we already know about Halo and Gears. I mean, is there going to be like a new IP? Because if they announce that at E3, I'm sure it's not coming out in 2018.
Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you something, Dave. We're not getting any other AAA games next year. You know why? You're already riding heavy. You got Crackdown 3, which is going to be big for them. You got Forza Horizon 4. You got State of Decay 2. You got Sea of Thieves. Those are 4 big goddamn games right there alone.
That's gonna be their 2018
I think we're gonna get back.
They're gonna need to come a little bit harder than that, because PlayStation has some games coming next year as well.
They got 3.
I think they're probably gonna get back some kind of marketing deal in terms of like some big AAA.
And then between fall and spring, you got some of the biggest multiplayer. You wouldn't want your games in it, man. You got it might be a chance that Red Dead Redemption 2 might get pushed back.
I hope not.
I think that's
even though we hope not, but it might be. They'll push them joints back real quick.
I'll be honest with you, D. Like, the problem we have with the exclusive is we had Halo Wars 2 this year. That shit was in the dumpster sale like 2 weeks after it launched. Let's be honest. Like, no one wanted that shit. No one's hyped for that shit, and that was the one AAA we got the whole fucking year. Now we're gonna get Forza 7, which is a racer, and it's gonna look good, but a lot of people don't necessarily care for the realistic racers.
Forza 7 is gonna do its job. It's gonna be a great racer. But it's gonna be a technical showpiece for that box.
Xbox One X, you gotta get Forza.
Yeah, it's going to be a technical showpiece for that box, and I'm pretty sure people who don't really enjoy races probably go out and buy it just to see how it looks.
I'm going to. I'll be honest.
That's
all we got.
Xbox needs a new IP. Definitely, they need to announce something new. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be exclusive.
And I know they need to, but it's going to
be
wild, man.
Automata 2.
It's going to be wild. Hey. And then I was just looking at what's that joint? The MMORPG. I think it's console launch exclusive. It's called Black Desert. I just saw a gameplay trailer on that. Oh my God! And that's coming out.
Hey, but to be fair, I keep forgetting about the.
You guys see the Crew?
We have a big IP coming, which is
the Crew 2. Look like it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, hold on. We do have a big IP coming, which is PUBG this holiday. That is a huge game.
But that's not like a Microsoft IP though. That's not. Like
It isn't,
their
no,
property.
but it is a game at least.
It's exclusive to us.
We got to see how PUBG performs on the X, and then we got to see how that translates over to the controller as well before we start saying it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I heard the inventory system on the PC is pretty complex. I haven't played it.
I'm pretty sure mouse and keyboard support's coming with the fall update, though.
Yeah, because they're already testing.
Yeah, I just read an article on that the mouse and keyboard.
Speaking of mouse and keyboard support, so why can't we get like the old Age of Empire games, like the ones they're remastering? If Minecraft has a beta for mouse and keyboard, why can't we just use it on that game?
Cuphead gonna be dope too.
There's a few games that actually support it now on the Xbox One.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So I don't get why we can't get
about
that game.
Cuphead, about how good that Cuphead's gonna actually. I think it's gonna do pretty good.
I mean,
sell consoles.
It will, but
Cuphead, when you play that game, I can't describe it. Just the animation. It's like looking at a big bright TV. I can't describe it. It's so organic. It's so organic.
Yeah.
It plays well, and it's hard as balls. And now that they've added levels to it, like
the platforming levels, and that's in the single player. Because at first it was just multiplayer, but they added a single player experience, and that's why it got pushed back.
Yeah, I mean it looks cool, but I'm not gonna go ahead and prounce around like this little indie game as my big holiday. So
I'm getting it.
I mean, that's like acting like Niho was giving me a Nito or whatever the fuck that was a few years back.
I know I'm late, but did y'all already discuss the whole hot chips thing?
We did a whole show on that.
Oh, Needhog, that was my game. My bad.
You got some input on that?
No, I just read up on a few things about it.
Yeah, listen, ladies, like I said earlier today, what time we did? About 2:00. We did a
hot chips breakdown.
Well, hold on, we put post up and a Maslin. We went over the hot chips. The Xbox was slightly more powerful than the 60 flops, but bigger, and that's not what better than that. Like I said, they weren't going to explain the benefits of using it, what it's going to bring to gaming, what sets it apart from the PS4 Pro, and even in the case in time, like I said, with PC. I'm gonna leave the link down here. You guys can check it out if you choose to. Ray, especially
who's ready?
Go watch that bully breakdown.
Yeah. Awesome. You guys did an awesome job at breaking it down for the Xbox One X hot chips. If you're into that type of stuff, hey, so they even broke it down for the layman terms. Great show. That's the one.
We had to, because it was people in the chat was like, man, is anybody else understanding what they talking about?
I'll be honest. You go off of that shit, man. I can't. I don't get any of it. Wizards.
The Xbox One X is really packing some punch.
Some horsepower into that head.
Listen, Microsoft. I will say this: they really put their money and got some of the most brilliant minds probably there is in the industry to make this console here. I mean, it's really,
and that's why it's doing what it's doing in regards to what you say with Forza and Tomb Raider. And you're going to see that from now until next year, probably to the next 2 years until Sony comes out with something better. But even then, I still think the X will be competing, because as it moves along, the SDK side of things is going to get better and better as they continue to optimize, as they continue to find ways to squeeze more power out of it. It's going to be a long time before we really see this system fully at its max.
Yep, just like with any console. But speaking of the X, so Z, in about a week or so, Destiny 2 will be launching. Will you be picking it up?
I'm a man of very little means, so I want to start by saying that. Secondly, too, I'm gonna let let you guys in a little secret. If you don't know, like I said, I had a really bad car accident. Also, too, I've been dealing with arthrosarcoma. You know what I mean, a tumor that grew between my shoulder and my collarbone. So, like I said, I've been dealing with all this behind the scenes. I got to get another surgery. So I might be out. I'm gonna be here, probably in the spirit, or I might be out for a little while. But we still gonna keep pumping this thing here. Like I said, the broadband bullies thing. I'm gonna ride this bitch to the wheels for long. But again, with that being said, right, everybody grab your flute and start crying the violin. know that you didn't know.
Damn, you just
said you mean. But listen, what's the old House of Perry song and shit? You know what I mean? What's that song they be singing when they show them sick dogs and shit on TV, man? You know what I mean? Play that right now in the background, but I ain't going away, so get used to it, right?
I'm gonna keep it gully. Get your broke back shoulder ass the hell out.
Bow-legged shoulder.
But I'll be back though, so I might be off the scene for a minute. I'll be right back though, like cook crack. But again, and I'm gonna say this again, and like I keep saying it because I really believe in what we got going on, like, as far as the broadband bullies. I know you guys see me and between the Be Just Cheese, even the Base Fire, the multiplayer podcast, the debates that we're doing, and even we also have the Broadband Bullies podcast with a lot of new talent that I'm working with. And just like I said, I got an eye for talent, and the more and more that we do it, the better and the better we get, at doing it. And you believe it or not, everybody that you see here in the show here came out of my comment section. You know what I mean? It is what I'm that type of dude. But again, I said to say this, we're building something, we're doing something. If you want to get down with what we got going on, and maybe you want to be a streamer, podcaster, come on shows, sports, not it's bigger than gaming, sports, whatever that you're into. Like I said, we're trying to tap into all fields out there. Like we know, like I said, we do the live stream, go live, play games with everybody. But if you want to get behind us and support what we got going on, I mean, believe it or not, because I don't make a dime from this YouTube shit. You know what I mean? But it's not even about this. I do it for the culture. But like I said, we're trying to get our own platform, radio station, website, all that shit costs. If you enjoy what I give you, shout out to the guys again, Ron, every guy that dropped $2, whatever, in the super chat, I appreciate it. It helps the brand and what we're doing. There's a link. If you want to make a small budget, you can't. The fact that you just rocking out here with us live, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Post up. Let me get, like I said, my man, send me a link to your channel and the Maslin and the Xbox Juice. I got the other guy, Double Mellow, Saltiest Gamer. You know what I mean?
Saltiest Gamer.
Like I said, we work.
That guy's a good guy. Shout out to him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So a bunch of, like I said, man, you got to realize next gen butcher, the crap gamers, the dealers of the world. You guys love them. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I got a special group of jokers with me right now, man. These guys are the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying it to say it either. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But you guys sending me the links to your channels right quick?
Yeah. And just to say something real quick, I got on here because I just joined Next Gen's party for his stream. There's a place for everybody, and he's looking for new talent. So don't be afraid to join in the party.
Yeah,
you never know what will happen.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man. If any of you guys in the chat, we pretty much stream damn near every night, and especially on the weekend, man. Hop into our streams. You can even hop into the party chats too and game with us, man. We ask nothing from y'all other than just joining the party chat. Y'all can send us friend requests. My gamer tag is post up on the Xbox. Send us friend requests, man. Y'all can play with us, have discussions and conversations with us, man. It's all good, man. It's just about networking and gaming and having fun.
Yeah, come catch these hands.
Yeah,
anybody can get it. There's no barrier to the party. Z will go in hard. Anybody can get it.
There's one rule: when you jump in the party, don't have soft skin, don't be thin skinned, because we're gonna talk about everybody. We're gonna talk about Z and his broke feet. And
you'll get
looking like he rocks with gladiator sandals on. We're gonna talk about it all.
Yeah. So we had a guy lead a party the other day. We had a guy lead a party the other day because he hit them up so hard.
If you don't know, this is the link to the live stream that we stream from. Let me get D's a piece of shit. Everybody knows his channel, but I'm gonna leave the link again. Folks, send me your link. You guys send me your link because I can talk in the chat.
Also, if you guys are like kind of bored, you should check out the Broadband Bullies podcast that happens Sunday, I believe. It's some good shit.
I sent you to Twitter, bro.
Yeah, okay. I sent it. I mean, that's where we live stream from. Want to come rock out with us? He says, Zaire said, I see you online, but it's never open or done. My parties are open. I don't lock them, bro. My party.
No. Send him a friend request or something or a message. He'll invite you.
Yeah, hey, shout out to my man Super Villain, man. He be at all the live streams cut up in the comment section, man. Word up, man. Shout out that's my man. He always in the chat, in the live stream. You know how we get down. We be bugging out, man. We be having a good time in there. You know what I mean? Hold on. All right.
Yeah, We don't knock the party. We just being there. You come in there, just know we're gonna be playing a game. We're gonna be talking shit. That's pretty much basics of our things.
Hey man, if it's Gears, it gets rough. Just letting you know now.
Hey wait, KD Smith said I blocked him on Xbox. You must have said something about my grandmother. Said some racist shit. I don't really know. I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind joking. I tell jokes with the best of them. I don't care, but you know what I mean. That don't bother me. You must have had to. I don't even think I've ever called the Xbox police before. You must have did something real foul, bro. You get blocked on Xbox. You know what I mean? That's Xbox Juice channels there. Juice new too, and I think Colston had the stroke. What do you mean, Colston? What's going on?
Hold on, player.
This nigga forgot to. Hey, channel right quick, bro. I can drop it in the chat.
I put mine in I put my subscribe link in the chat.
You did it right?
Yes, it's in there.
Oh, you did it right? Okay, I bet. Yeah, I made you guys admins. You can do it yourself. Make it ad. But anyway, thank you guys. Oh, actually, before we go, I'm gonna do this. You guys want to ask us any questions before we go? I'm starting to go back to doing that. You guys want to ask us anything before we go? Get the hell up out of here. Something you want to say? Something you want to add? Sometimes some of the comments come by so quick that we don't see them. I don't see them all the time. Making you a moderator so you can add your own links post.
Post the link. Send the link yet?
Yeah, because I can't.
I made your moderator. You can send it now. Add your own link, okay? Okay, I'm sorry. Something you guys want to ask?
I was on the account. That's why. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the first game you're gonna try on your Xbox One XZ?
What's the first game I'm gonna try on my Xbox One? Okay. I'll put it like this: the game that I'm most looking forward to this holiday season is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That should be
what comes out with that doesn't come out to after November 7th. Maybe Forza Horizon 3, maybe Gears 4. I don't know. Like what comes out?
My first game will be Shadow War.
Okay, Shadow War. I know. So you're gonna save Shadow War until
Yep. I'm not gonna touch it until November 7th.
You know, I think I'm gonna do the
unless
same
I get a
thing.
code for it, then I might.
Yeah, it was gonna be Crackdown for me, but since I got
you gotta go with that Forza.
I gotta go with the Gears, man.
Oh yeah,
the Gears, the truth,
crazy,
Witcher,
true.
And I just got the Recore update too.
Oh fuck that.
92 P5 2. Do I have a listen? I promise tomorrow. I did everything I had to do to pay to have the links. And I think we're using Podbean. It's $15 a month to put the podcast on iTunes. I will get that straightened out by tomorrow. Like I said, I've been back and forth with doctor's appointments and all that. I kind of forgot. I'm human. Forgive me. But yeah, it'll be up there probably tomorrow. I have the link. They go post up link to his channel right there for the iTunes. I'm turning on iTunes, BGST, and all the shows that we do can be on iTunes. I already paid for the stuff. I'm what's called a goat man, but I've been running like with a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get these guys. I've been running, like I said, what we're doing here. But yeah, everybody left the link. Yeah, everything and in here. P Reaper, let me get your thing. We going.
We appreciate y'all. And Vaughn, man, you the real MVP, bro.
Shout out to Vaughn.
Yeah, man. You got any questions? You can hop on. We don't care. But
Z Black Rider said Fallout 4 would be the first game that you run on the Xbox One.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
I'm looking for the
Fallout 4.
Try that.
Hey, the man likes what he likes. Okay, you said it like it was a problem. Let the man.
Oh no, I'm not hating. The finest said he's gonna be putting that Need for Speed. Okay. My man OG John been trolling all night. He said he rocking Disneyland. Him and his grandfather. Having strawberry said Zoo Tycoon. OG John said, I wonder if Zaire still takes care of an animal. Yes, your grandmother's a sex maniac in the bedroom. I'm pleasing sexually. She's a beast.
At Born Distracted,
the Xbox One X.
At Born Distracted in the chat, it's actually a vote on Xbox feedback site where you can vote for things. It's a vote going on to have them add Dolby Vision to the X. Mikey Barra said if the fans want it enough, then they'll add it to it, and they already got a relationship with Dolby. So it's like 300 or 400 votes in right now for them to add Dolby Vision HDR to the X. So go on the feedback.
We need that shit.
Listen, I'm hating because I got the KS 9,000. Yeah, they don't do no revision.
Hey,
yeah, you got to get one of the TVs that do both.
Hey, this is actually coming up. But are you gonna play the Call of Duty World War II beta?
What? Somebody slot me a code. I'll play anything. Go out this thing out the joint.
I need my code because I pre-ordered it so early in the year that they didn't give me a code. So I have to go to GameStop to get my code.
It actually looks pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested in the game.
Jesse P said it wasn't that good. I mean, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. It's the same thing. It doesn't change. It's about the same thing, right? I'm not a big.
It's got mixed reviews across the board. You got people that
Yeah, Von dropped another bomb of that. But listen, man. Again, that's the Patreon thing that we got. Again, if you want to get them and support what we got going on, again, we're trying to do something big. Get behind us. Anything that helps, you can. If you have a YouTube channel already, you want to help promote it, whatever the case may be, come rock out with us. And also, too, I want to say last thing, AD, you there? Or you left?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to ask you a question. Dolby Vision, you told me, Nigerian Hustler Man, that Samsung had an answer to that. What's going on with that, bro?
So it's the HDR 10 Plus.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the TV's got the update for it. I believe Netflix was supposed to launch some shows with it this week or next week, but they delayed a little bit. But that update is in place, though.
Oh, so it is getting Dolby Vision?
It's not Dolby Vision. It's the dynamic metadata. So what Dolby Vision does is it scales up with the HDR according to the nits that are available or the brightness that's available on your TV. So it does it on a scene-to-scene basis, where HDR10, it just grades it one time and it stays like that. Stay static the whole time, the HDR. So with the metadata update that they have installed on the Samsung TVs now, once Amazon and Netflix start broadcasting their shows with this dynamic metadata, you're going to see the difference in HDR, and it's going to be more comparable to Dolby Vision. And they've doubled down on this because they just also formed an alliance with, I think, like Panasonic and some other companies regarding this HDR plus.
10 plus. It's basically it's like a filter. It'll use more colors within your high color range TV. So it's not
with the color. It's not. It's with
a gamut spectrum. That's all HDR is.
It's with the luminance, right? So the static metadata doesn't take into account the scene by scene grading of it. It's set at the beginning, and it's that way the whole way through. With Dolby Vision, it's on a scene to scene basis, so they can change the luminance where it needs to be changed.
So it's pretty much a static versus a dynamic.
That's right.
Right. That's what Dolby is. That's why everybody liked Dolby, because Yeah.
Right. So so say like on a 900 nit TV, some HDR is graded at like say 4,000 nits, right? Mm-hmm. So at 900 nits, of course it can't reach that. But with the dynamic metadata, it doesn't clip all the detail. It kind of gradually gets there as much as it can get there to display all the detail that's actually in this image. Where like HDR10, if it can't get past, it doesn't get past 1,000 nits, it just cuts it off. And then you lose all that information, so it's not as accurate, the image quality as well.
Ed Gamer Review says Amazon Video is the first to give HDR10 plus content, and it's free, and this does dynamic tone mapping.
That's right. It's the tone mapping that takes care of all of this. But I think from what I heard, I think it got delayed a little bit. It's same with the Netflix one, but it's coming unless they have one show that's supporting it. I'm not quite sure.
Oh wow!
Calm down, man.
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for rocking out with Xbox Beastfire. Anything else? Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday. Yeah. So what's today's Tuesday, right?
Today's Tuesday.
All right. Thursday, we're back with the multiplayer. Friday, we got a debate. RXL said he was going to try to get somebody for RXL. Juice, what's up? So I need somebody to go against RXL. X Bailey said he wanted to debate somebody, so we'll figure it out. But we catch you guys during the week, and I got videos that are already pre-recorded. Just start uploading them. Thank you again for rocking out with this. We're out of here. Xbox Beastfire.
Bang.
Darth Post.